Monday morning to all of you. This is Sunaina Vora, Youth and Family Life Coach from Athena Life Coaching. I have a question from a mum complaining about her son's maths teacher. My son has got a terrible maths teacher. He is obviously not going to fare well in the subject. Well, this is a problem. I think given that we all have one or two children these days, what happens is we put so much of emphasis on each and every teacher in school and how they're performing with our kids without actually taking responsibility ourselves as parents or as children. And this is something that I try and tell all the parents of the children that I coach, that the first point, this is real life. What is going to happen when your child goes to college after school and he might be away from you in a different country? Your child needs to develop the skills to figure out how he's going to cope. Just the way when you and I go to work and we have bosses where we get instructions to do something, but we don't have enough information, what do? We approach people, we turn resourceful, we figure out where we can get the information from, where we can develop the skills from, and put it all together to give that presentation or that project or that Excel spreadsheet to our bosses. So these are the skills through my coaching program, youth coaching program, that I help children to develop and to make them really resilient and strong. And so for today's question, the first one is to tell your child that this is real life and he or she needs to cope with what is being served to them and to make the most of it. And the second thing is, I asked the children is, are all the parents actually, are all the children in the class faring badly because of this given terrible teacher? There will be children who are in the top set who are going to get 100 or 99, 98, 95 or whatever. There are children who are going to get top marks and there are children who are not going to fare so well. So if the messenger is the same, if the teacher is the same, obviously there is some behavior, there is some skills that the children in the top set have that is getting them to perform well. And what is that? So coming to my third point, I was coaching a child recently who's 15 and who faced a problem like this, and I questioned him and I said, what do you think the children in the class would fare well to, and what can you do to improve? And he said, there are 3 things I can do. The first one is I can pay more attention in class to whatever is being taught. Grab it. Grab the nuggets, the little nuggets that the teacher is throwing at you. The second thing is to clarify my doubts. If I'm not sure, to actually raise my hand, which he admitted he wasn't doing, to clarify his doubts. And the third thing is to actually understand the concepts being taught in the class and then taking that understanding home. So be completely alert in class. So this is a child whom I'm coaching who's telling me that he does have a bad teacher, but he himself needs to develop these skills to do better. And bringing us to the fourth thing is teaching our children skills like being responsible and being resourceful. Being responsible for their results by continuously teaching our children that, oh, you're going to fare badly because you have a bad teacher, or your school is not great, that's why you're doing badly, is not actually going to make your children into responsible adults. Teaching them that they are responsible for their own results is going to help them to rely more on themselves by making them more resourceful. And by resourceful, what can they do? The last point, by being resourceful, they can either approach the other children in the class who are doing well. They can go onto the internet. There are so many free tutorials, so many explanations. Children these days are so lucky. They've got a vast amount of knowledge at their fingertips that they can depend on. They can approach you, their parents, to clarify any doubts they have. So parents, instead of throwing stones at teachers, schools and systems, it's important for us to use this as an opportunity to ask our children to develop these very, very important skills. So the action point for you, parent, whose child is suffering with this terrible maths teacher, is to talk to your child about becoming more responsible and more resourceful, and ask him what can he do to gather more facts about the subject and to be a better learner. What resources can he tap into? So I hope that helps to answer your question. If you want to teach your child or help me develop these skills in your child of resilience, becoming more responsible, getting more focused, and developing more understanding of concepts in class, being able to raise their hand and ask questions of the teacher, to become more bold, you can email me on sunainaathena@gmail.com or call me on 05613999033. You can also enroll your child for our youth coaching program of 10 weeks for 1 hour each week, where I sit with your child one-on-one and talk him through into developing these skills that is going to help him not only in school in his current academic year, but also in his college life and even his professional life. These are life skills. This is an investment program in which your child will change his pattern from that of disappointment and failure to joy, happiness and success, and becoming a resilient young child. So if you have any further questions, do feel free to contact me via sunainaathena@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with you next week. Take care then. Bye for now.